Have you been stung by Mickeys lately? The malt liquor namestay has been calling Cornerstones home since 1962. Originally brewed by the Sterling Brewing Company, but now owned by the Miller Brewing Company, just how terrible is this beer? Find out now on Two Dudes Reviews This Beer Sucks.
What up, guys? Welcome to Two Dudes Reviews This Beer Sucks. Today we're going to be doing Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor. When you got to put fine in the title, usually it's not that great. But we're going to give it a whirl and see what's up. And while I pour it, I'm going to explain a little more. If you are new to this review or any of the reviews we do, we break it down to 6 different categories. And that is smell, taste, value for price, distinction, drinkability, and would I buy it again. Now, I don't do color. We don't do rate the color of the beer because honestly, I've never turned down a beer, by its color. I mean, I drink green beer on St. Patrick's Day, so obviously I'm not too picky. But alright. Malt liquor, the fan of hobos and underage kids everywhere. But I cannot tell you last time I had Mickey's. I can't remember if I've ever even had Mickey's before. I was always more of a Steel Reserve kind of individual because it was so bad, but at least you had like the 8% alcohol. This is, I think, 5 point something or other. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna pour this up. Maybe I didn't pour it that great, but actually surprisingly the head doesn't look that bad on this. I can't say I've really poured any malt liquors into glasses before until I started doing the malt liquor bad beer reviews. So it's interesting to see what it looks like because it's one of those things where do you even know what malt liquor looks like until you pour it out? But alright, now it's pretty much settling down and everything. I'm going to give it a smell, and let's start off this review. It smells like barley mixed with gin socks. It just has that like that wet, soggy aroma to it. I mean, there's a little bit of maltiness in there. A little citrusy, a little lighter. And a little sour too. It's a citrus sour thing. Not like a good lemon sour, but like teetering on the brink of going bad sour. Almost like if you've ever had a keg of beer at the house and you're not sure how close it is to going bad and you smell it and you're like, uh-oh, we better drink this fast because it's not going to last very long. So the smell, I'm not there. I just have like a wet gin smell in it. So I'm not going to recommend it on the smell. There's just something there that's just not getting me, and it's just turning me off. And I mean, these are cheap malt liquors, and it's like I'm digging to give it some kind of a perk, just so it doesn't get a 0. But yeah, I can't recommend it on the smell. But all right, let's go for taste. I mean, it does have the grainy maltiness. You know, it's definitely not smooth. It's rough. Almost like they were filtering it through something funky, like kind of like the water filter's all clogged, and now you're getting some little spots in there. But honestly, it's not tasting super terrible for a malt liquor. I think they didn't try to go overboard with the alcohol percentage, which might be saving them at least flavor-wise. I feel like if you're going cheap, you might as well go cheap and higher alcohol. But flavor-wise, it's not terrible for malt liquor. You know, watery. It's got, you know, what was that? The problem with going with the malt liquor cans is I feel like you don't know how long it's been sitting in that can for. So I'm getting like metallic flavor in there too. I don't think that's the beer, but I don't know. I can't say I have a whole lot of experience with Mickey's fine malt liquor. But yeah, there's a bitterness, sourness to it that hits the back of your tongue. It's not super duper crisp by any means. But with that being said, I'm not rating this against other legitimate regular beers. I'm rating this against just bad malt liquors. And so if I have to, I got that malt liquor aftertaste. If I have to rate it against just other malt liquors, the taste isn't that bad. Just, you know, if that's all you're going for. And so, and honestly, I think I don't like the aroma. But if you can drink it while there's still some head on it, or just plug your nose, it's not that bad and it's doable. So, in terms of malt liquor taste, I will recommend it. It's not that bad for malt liquor. Alright, next is value for price. I have a corner store less than a mile down the road, picked this up. I believe it cost $2.69, somewhere around there. Somewhere around between $2.50 and $3. You know, it depends probably where you live for exactly how much it's going to cost. But it's your run-of-the-mill, you know, malt liquor, lowbrow beer. You know, it costs a little less than your big things of Miller Lite, but it's pretty much on par with, I think, your Steel Reserve or your Old English or stuff like that. So, price-wise, comparing against other malt liquors, it's pretty even. It's not cheaper, it's not more expensive. Since it's right down the middle, I'm just going to cut it down the middle. I'll give it a half a point for value for price. Now, next category is distinction. How distinct is this malt liquor from other cheapy, sucky malt liquors? Well, the very fact of the matter is I can stomach the taste. I think a lot of the malt liquors, they just go for high alcohol content, which, hey buddy, which really kills the flavor, which is already not good anyways. And so, the distinction is a little better than a lot of the other malt liquors I've had before, honestly. So, I mean, the flavor's not mind-blowingly amazing. This is not something I would just go out and, I'm gonna give myself a Mickey's. But I feel like if I only, just, if I was trying to get something that tasted a little better than the others, I think Mickey's is not bad against other malt liquors. And so, with that in mind, again, keep in mind I'm rating this against other malt liquors. With that in mind, I don't think it's too bad. So distinction, sure, it is distinct enough, it is clean enough that I'd go with it again. So I will recommend it, even though it's kind of like comparing one, disaster location against another disaster location. It's like, all right, how much? This only has a little gamma radiation. This has a little more, so let's go with the smaller one. That's better. So this is the less of the gamma radiated locations. So yes, sure, I recommend it for that. All right, now drinkability. How much of this can I drink? Can I actually stomach and drink this? I feel like back in my early college years or prior to that, this is something I would, when you only have a couple bucks, you get a Little Caesars hot and ready for $5, and you get like one or two of these, and you're under $10, and you're good to go for the night. I couldn't do that again. There's almost like an oily film on the top after it settles. I wouldn't. Drinkability, not really. That's a really hard thing to recommend, even when comparing it to other malt liquors, because I just can't drink more than half of this. So I can't. I'm not going to recommend that drinkability. It's just once the smell hits, that kind of kills it. And lastly, would I buy it again? And still searching for that malt liquor where it's like, actually, this is doable. Haven't found it yet. Not in the reviews yet, so I'll let you know when I find that. Will I buy it again? No, unless I have to do another beer review. So that's going to be no for that. So Mickey's got a 2 out of 6. Not too bad, but yeah, that is my review of Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor. If you've had it before, let me know in the comments. Maybe this is your favorite beer of all time. I don't know. Let me know. And like and subscribe. Get more of our bad beers or just regular beers, whatever. And we have a podcast. Check it out at 2 Dudes and a 6-Pack. You can find that on iTunes or Stitcher, wherever you get your podcasts. And you can follow us on Twitter at 2 Dudes Podcast. And yeah, for now, Grayson, for the other dude, Chris, we'll catch you later.